A V-shaped UFO over Los Angeles and mysterious drones shut down airports in Denmark and Norway. This is Inverted World Live. We are still here. You made it. Welcome back. This is Inverted World Live, and I'm your host, Shane Cashman, in focus now. Right? Is that me?
Yeah.
Is this us?
I don't know.
Is it Tuesday?
Yes.
What happens on Tuesdays?
This Tuesday it was supposed to be the rapture.
What else happens on Tuesdays? What usually happens on Tuesdays?
You talk about monkey burning?
That's right.
Yeah.
And who are you?
My name is Brandon. Hi. Hello, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Great to see you.
What's up, everybody? We got a lot going on tonight. A lot to cover before we get to our callers. But you guys know. Well, first of all, I guess I should say Rumble's having issues, right? So
yeah, I mean, as far as I can tell, I think they're having server issues. So I mean, we're running, but it doesn't look like we're running. So I mean, if anybody's watching or wondering about that, at the very least, we'll have the broadcast uploaded following the show if it didn't air.
Yeah. So we're on YouTube, and hopefully later it'll be on Rumble. Something's going on the back end. Who knows what's up? But we're figuring it out. But we will get to calls in about 30 minutes. We're going to talk about this V-shaped UFO. We're going to talk about these drones in Denmark and Norway that shut down airports. Trump has even talked about it a little bit. And there's a lot going on. So if you happen to be in Denmark or Norway or in Los Angeles, you should give us a call. Let us know what you're thinking about all of this. Have you even heard about it? There is, as you can imagine, you might not be surprised, grainy footage of all of it. And we will show you that. What else? It just feels like all this sky stuff is building to something. We had last year ended with a drone invasion, and now drones keep popping up. And no one seems to know what's going on. Tulsi Gabbard has said on the record she'd like to tell us more about it. Trump has said we'll get to the bottom of it. Haven't really heard a lot about it. We had a UFO hearing recently, and I heard about this when it happened, but kind of spaced on it because everything that's been going on. There are reports from the night before that UFO hearing that we talked about 2 weeks ago where people were seeing UFOs above the U.S. Capitol. So that's a thing. And we're going to get into that as well. I want to thank the person who hit me up. We'll get to it in a second. But someone hit me up on Twitter showing me this footage, and it does look a little bit like what Brandon and I have been seeing in the skies over West Virginia.
Wait, was it Kanye?
Huh?
Did Kanye hit you up on Twitter?
No. That would be hilarious if he's like, yo, I saw these drones. No, someone else.
Was it Marilyn Manson?
No, it wasn't him either.
Just had to rule that out.
I guarantee they both have seen weird things in the sky, though. No, but someone hit me up and said, hey, is this what you've been seeing? And I was like, you know what? It's hard to tell in the video, but it is similar to what we've been seeing. For those who don't know, Brandon and I, about 2 weeks ago, stepped outside of the studio just past midnight and looked up. Brandon saw it first. This orb moving erratically at an extremely high altitude. Like I'm going to do it like this. It would just totally inorganic. And then over here.
It's about right.
Yeah. But it would stay in that pattern. It was erratic, but it would keep that pattern. What happened after that was we saw about 8 more surrounding us at a very high altitude, all doing the same thing. Now, we've been told that they might be farm drones. From what I can tell, farm drones don't do it that high. If you guys, anyone out there works with farm drones and you can tell me different or set us straight, call in. The link to call in, by the way, is pinned on the chat in YouTube, typically also in Rumble, but Rumble is having issues right now. And it's audio only, so you call in and we'll talk about it. But whatever we saw, I mean, we talked to someone else who was also there at that late hour, and they were like, I see them all the time. They do the same thing. We've been here for a long time. Never saw them until Brandon saw the first one, and then we started seeing all of them. And then we've seen them again. They are in the same spot every night. They look like stars or orbs, perhaps a drone. They blink, and they just move erratically, but they keep moving in the same exact erratic pattern. Very bizarre. So all that's to say is it sort of did look like what people were seeing above the Capitol. So I guess we can get to that if you got it pulled up. The one tweet about what people saw over the Capitol. And I'll remind you that this was the night before the UFO hearing that just happened. And we know there's a lot of people with a lot of interesting takes on that. I don't think the UFO hearing gave us much of anything. They never really do. I wish they did. Typically, when they ask the most interesting questions, those questions are allegedly told behind closed doors later on. But if you've listened to this show, you'll know that when I did the culture war with Rep. Burleson, he says you get behind closed doors. He's on the UFO committee. You get behind closed doors and they say we still can't answer that question. So I don't know. I don't know what to think. Something's happening now. They seem to be building towards some narrative. Like if you're tracking this thing from the drone invasion from the end of last year to all the stories we've been getting this year about mysterious drones, the bogosphere, the boogosphere, all these random sightings, the one in Mosul. There's been a lot of other spheres seen, some in China, others in South America. And it just, to me, feels like, when I talk about Project Bluebeam, my new theory on Bluebeam is it's not going to be some projection in the sky like they used to say. It's more like a slow narrative that they're building up for us to accept something. I don't know what. Fake alien invasion? Perhaps. Or is it just us messing with other countries? That tends to be what my gut is with a lot of the things we're seeing in the sky. So, I don't know. I'll start reading from this. Are you having any luck over there?
Rumble is alive.
Oh, hey. Oh, what's up?
We're back there, I think.
Sweet. Welcome, Rumble. It's nice to have you. We're glad we were having some issues, and it's good to be up on Rumble. So for those who are just joining on Rumble, the link should be sometime soon, if not already. It should be
up, yeah, it's up.
The link to call in is pinned in that chat as well. And if you're just now joining us on Rumble, we are talking about drones, a lot of weird UFO news today. V-shaped UFO over Los Angeles, mysterious drones shut down airports in Denmark and Norway. Trump was asked about it. There's no answers yet. People are saying it's Russians, but no one knows anything. And also talking about drones that were seen over the U.S. Capitol the day before the last UFO hearing, just 2 weeks ago. And then kind of connecting that to what we've been seeing, Brandon and I, in the skies over West Virginia. We have seen drones or orbs. I don't know what they are, but we've seen them, and they're there every night doing the same thing. So all that's to say is, for those joining us on Rumble, you can call in if you have anything you want to say about that. And if you happen to be in Denmark, Norway, or LA, give us a call. Maybe you know something we don't. Love to hear it. And let me see. Where were we going to start? I'll start reading from this one tweet. This is from Chris Bledsoe. And he is the author of I'm reading his bio, the #1 best-selling UFO of God and a lifelong experiencer of the UFO phenomenon. This is someone I've heard a bit about, and I'd like to talk to him at some point.
Is that it?
That's it. Okay. So I'll read this and we'll play it. But Chris said, if you're wondering, yes, it was me with all those high-level scientists. The phenomenon is in complete control. This occurred right after we attended a private reception with Congressman Eric Burleson and Anna Luna. So again, Burleson, we had a great discussion with him on the culture war with Tony Merkel from the Confessionals about the UFO hearings, but that was months ago, and a lot has happened since. But let's tune into this and see what they're saying.
Is that no drones are allowed to fly over the White House or in Washington, D.C. over these federal buildings, and also another note too, they stated that that this activity lasted for about a period of 45 minutes. So it was, it was something else. So anyway, here we're going to play it.
Toward the tree.
Oh, there it is.
Going toward the top of this 20 tree.
Oh, no, I can't see it.
We could call it over here across the street. See the double light?
Yeah. Virginia? Yeah.
That tree.
You saw it for a split second in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
That's the same problem I had when I was trying to record this stuff on my phone.
But in that split second, it is sort of similar.
See it right now?
But I mean, it's like,
Look, it's going toward the tree. See it?
Yeah.
That's going to make a left turn.
Yeah, only that thing is hauling ass.
it's moving in a much, has a much bigger
Yeah,
pattern.
that just took off.
Yeah. But they're saying they saw it for 45 minutes.
Okay, so this tree right in front of the Capitol is tree number 2. This is number 3.
I think that's it. It probably repeats.
That's tree 0, 1, 2.
And shout out to, I want to make sure I get this right for bringing me to this, Sandoz Radio for hitting me up and put me onto that. I don't know. Yeah, it's the same footage, but he was saying, is this what we were seeing? I mean, it's hard because that one has a much longer streak now that I'm seeing it on the bigger screen. What we are seeing was like in a contained area, moving erratically and staying there.
But there was a reddish
time.
hue to some of them too, which is where I was like, okay, that's got to be a drone. Because they had these kind of like reddish tints to some of the lights on some of them.
Right.
But the erratic movement was the crazy part. Like I couldn't explain that at all.
And they all have the same erratic movement.
Yeah.
I wish we could film it. I wish we had we got to get something, some sort of
We'll figure it out.
high-powered telescope to figure it out, because I would like you guys. I feel like it sounds like we're lying, but I swear to you, we go out there. They're there every night if it's clear skies, and they're in the same exact position.
Dude, honestly, like I was gonna try to look into some more of that today, and then all this crazy shit happened.
Yeah.
Around here, and it was just like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna keep my head down and just keep
the drones
getting
can
things
wait.
done. Yeah,
The drones can wait.
Thankfully, we're good in here now. Your mic issue should be done.
Yeah, sounds good.
Hopefully,
Sounds good.
that was a pain in the ass,
You
but I
guys
think
can
we
hear me
solved
okay.
it.
Thank you for that.
It actually sounds better too. Let's go.
We don't have to do the Trump thing. He was asked about it. He knows nothing, but he wants to hear about it. I just think it's interesting that it's already making its way to him. And what he was talking about, he was asked about the drones that we're about to talk about in Denmark and in Norway, because you would think people would have answers to this, with Space Force being a thing, but they don't. But let's pull that article up about Denmark and Norway. Let me see here. We got it in the Economic Times. So I like this headline. Watch how alien drones forced Copenhagen and Oslo airports to shut down, throwing skies into chaos. Air travel in Scandinavia faced a dramatic disruption as Copenhagen Airport in Denmark and Oslo Airport in Norway were temporarily shut down following multiple drone sightings, forcing the cancellation and diversion of dozens of flights. Copenhagen Airport closed its runways around 8:30 p.m. local time on Monday after 2 to 3 unidentified drones were spotted near the airfield. No aircraft could take off or land, and several flights were rerouted, their spokesperson said. She added that the police were investigating the incident, and there was no clear timeline for when normal operations would resume. Tracking site Flight Radar 24 reported over 50 flights were diverted during this disruption. Some flights were redirected to other airports in Denmark, while others landed in Sweden. I'm just going to skip down. Copenhagen police confirmed that 3 or 4 large drones remained in the airspace, noting they were much bigger than standard consumer drones. And this is a quote. "They are still flying back and forth, coming and going," said the duty officer. Meanwhile, Oslo Airport also faced a temporary closure on Tuesday morning due to another drone sighting. Incoming flights were redirected to nearby airports, because of drones. So what is going on with the drones? The Scandinavian incidents come amid heightened security concerns in Europe following earlier Russian drone violations over Polish and Romanian airspace. NATO allies have since bolstered defenses in Eastern Europe. So it's not saying it's Russian. They're just saying that's happening. There's been some heightened security concerns, and they want to make sure Russia's in your mind. but it could be us. It could be something else. Skunk works, for all we know. Europe has previously witnessed severe air travel chaos caused by drones, most notably at Gatwick Airport in the UK in 2018, where repeated drone sightings left tens of thousands of passengers stranded and hundreds of flights disrupted. As investigations continue, authorities in Denmark and Norway are urging the public to avoid the affected airspace and stay updated on flight advisories. It's like a new weather pattern.
Affected airspace.
I like it. It's like a new weather advisory. You know,
I want to see
drones.
I want to see what this is. This is supposedly.
Yes. So that's it. That's it right there.
Super, super tiny up in the, like, towards the top. Let's see if I can blow this.
How does the airport just not know?
I mean, that's obvious, and that red flash right there, it's clearly a drone.
They're not just gonna shoot it down.
Dude, I don't know, man.
Just
I don't
shoot that
know.
thing down.
That's usually what happens when they have these, like, the hell are they? I don't even know what to call it. It looks like a bazooka, basically.
Yeah.
They take and they point these things down, and they're able to kind of, like, interrupt their frequencies and bring them to the ground. They use it for, like, people that fly drones over stadiums during, like, live events, sporting events, things like that.
So you're saying we could get that for our drones?
I don't know if
attacking me.
I don't know
directly?
if they make this
For civilians?
equipment, like, available to the public for purchase. Like,
Tim, if you're listening, is there room in the budget for these rocket
send them a
drone
super chat. I think they're in the after show right now.
Yeah, because we need to take them down. But yeah, interesting. More drones invading the skies, and no one knows why. Do they really not know why? Or is this part of a bigger narrative? Are we being invaded by something? Is it government drones? Is it us? Is it us creating a narrative to build towards a new form of Project Bluebeam for us to accept some kind of invasion, to bring us to some sort of a one world government where we have to accept war with some invading force from another dimension that I don't believe in, but they're going to try to sell it to us. That is the Bluebeam way. And they'll make us all come together. I don't know. I just find it bizarre with everything. Why then can't they figure out the drones? So my interpretation is they know, and it's part of a story. It's part of a narrative, and it's going somewhere. It's building. It's going to culminate into something. I don't know what, but it just doesn't seem like it's not nothing. They're doing this for a reason. They're not shooting them down for a reason. We have spent millions of dollars in this country just a few years ago to shoot down a weather balloon from China. Meanwhile, just a little bit later, drones came over New Jersey, a lot of them, and they just chilled and no one did anything. What's up with that? I don't know. Well, there's also a V-shaped UFO spotted over Los Angeles. Let's pull this up. We even got a grainy photo. A classic grainy. I love them. I almost don't want any clear photo of a UFO. I love them when they're grainy and they make you just squint and guess. It's just part of the lore.
Oh, we're seeing issues on YouTube now too, huh?
Really?
From what I'm seeing from people, yeah, there was a freeze up or something that happened for a second.
Guys, this is what happens when you go up against big tech.
Man.
Sorry.
I can't get a moment's peace this week, guys. I swear.
Sorry.
It has just been one after the next. But it's all right. We will trudge on.
Oh, I see you guys. Rapture froze the stream.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Man, oh, man. It might be those drones that are monitoring us as we speak. Very bizarre. Thank you for sticking with us, though. And hopefully YouTube doesn't nuke itself. But I got this in the Star. This is also from today. V-shaped UFO caught on camera as expert reveals incredible details of sighting. Do we have that photo? Do we have the photo somewhere? We're gonna make you see an ad. There it is.
Yeah.
So I'll make sure you guys can see for yourself the photo.
So Star Trek.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing that's like right here,
it's
the
that.
Star Fleet symbol. That's basically what that is.
Yep.
With
Maybe
lights.
that's what it is. It's just Captain Picard. Images of what appears to be a UFO have been captured flying over one of America's biggest cities. Okay, so is this old? On August 28th, a pair of Los Angeles residents claimed they saw a black V-shaped craft covered in lights moving slowly across the sky while on their balcony. After observing the craft for around 25 minutes, the witnesses lost sight of it around 11:38 p.m. local time, according to a report logged on the National UFO Reporting Center, also known as New Fork. Good, it's a good place. Let's see. The report is one of many reports this year which specifically mentioned seeing a V-shaped wedge or triangle with multiple lights along its surface flying over the U.S. The report features clear images and videos of the sighting, which appears to be from a mobile phone. I wanted to say it like mobile, not mobile. I don't know why. That's why I say laboratory, not laboratory. As the device zooms in, it seems there are 9 white lights along the UFO's hull. Not quite like the Phoenix Lights UFO we looked up about a week ago, but it does have a similar shape. UFO researcher Mark Christopher Lee told the Daily Mail he believes the craft was not an alien spaceship. Instead, he believes that it was likely to be an unmanned drone testing out new technology for the U.S. government. That's fair. That's typically what I think these things are. I'm convinced, he says, that a lot of famous UFO incidents are basically highly advanced terrestrial technology that is 30 to 40 years ahead of what we think they have, Lee explained. That is a lot of where I align with that.
I feel like we've been saying that.
Yeah, that feels right to me. We know what Lockheed's doing. We know Skunk Works. You know, we know they've been building things that we can't even fathom.
Right, and we can't let the word out about stuff like that because then that gives our enemies, which is everyone basically, the chance to replicate or get ahead on that technology.
And it might remind everyone of the story that we learned about pretty recently about the Pentagon fabricating extraterrestrial stories as a cover-up for their technology, like things made in Lockheed Martin, by Lockheed Martin. So Lee thinks LA isn't actually an alien hotspot, but a hotbed of activity for new technology being launched from nearby facilities such as Vandenberg Space Force Base, Edwards Air Force Base, and the infamous Area 51. Again, I feel pretty good about that. But also, now that they're saying it, now I think it's aliens. New Fork added a one-word note as a possible explanation for the sighting, writing ultralight. An ultralight refers to a type of small, lightweight craft, often just a motorized hang glider or powered parachute. These are super basic machines having a minimal frame, no heavy engine, and being generally quiet and slow moving. So that's the article. If you guys are in LA, anyone's out there, if you've heard about this, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Or if you've seen other things in LA, or you know about the bases out there that might be doing these type of joyrides with technology we don't understand or know about yet, I'd love to hear from you guys. Like the great caller we had just last week who lived near Patterson Air Force Base. I love hearing from people who have grown up or live around these areas, what experiences they've had, because I do tend to think a lot of the things we're seeing and we call UFOs that people might say are extraterrestrials or something or interdimensional beings. I think a lot of it is stuff that we've built with our money, our tax dollars, with no oversight to Lockheed Martin, Skunk Works, Raytheon, you name it. And that's why a lot of the reports we see when you're in the UFO hearings and they talk about sightings, a lot of them come from military bases. And maybe that's because you could say it's aliens visiting to study our military tech, or it's just our military doing joyrides and experiments on our bases, and only the really high ups know about it, and the soldiers on the ground are just part of the experiment. You know, so I do agree with what he's saying here. I think that's very possible and typically probably the explanation here. But I'd love to hear from you guys what you think about that. There's just so much. I'm thinking about all this stuff we just discussed, these drones, the drone invasion from last year, this new V-shaped UFO people saw, and you can't help but also think you can't forget there's a hostile probe heading towards Earth right now. Avi Loeb from Harvard has been warning us. It's on its way. That's right.
That's what it's doing.
I'm just gonna really quick just Google the Atlas probe and see if there's any new news. You know, I did not look today, but those of you who watch this show know that almost every week there's a new story on it. Looks like nothing yet. Nothing yet. I'm surprised. Every week there was a new story about the probe. Had its own light source. It was nuclear powered.
See, DMC in chat, he feels me. He says, hostile, question mark?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. How the hell do they know if it's hostile?
It's aggressive. It's hostile.
It continues to be the question. I keep hearing threatening, could possibly, also, what, mini probes?
It has mini probes that will detach. This is literally what they said. And they will come here first on its way here.
Yeah.
So you got to keep that in mind, guys, with all these drone sightings, these orbs, these spheres, all these things going on. What is the narrative? What is it building towards? Why are they forcing this all down our throats, forcing me to talk about it? I mean, I'm fascinated by it. I'm skeptical of a lot of it, but I'm very interested in why the narrative is building towards something.
And actually, yeah, Renee was trying to call probe for the word. We kind of did that last week, so
Yeah.
we're just gonna use drone tonight.
Yeah,
drone is the word tonight.
Probe is like kind of like our honorary always word.
Yeah, I feel like that should just be inducted anyway, but like I don't know how healthy that's going to be for people going forward. We've been talking about them a lot.
Yeah. So hopefully, are we all good on Rumble? Everything's
I mean, as far as I can tell,
we there?
everything. I'm not seeing issues on my side anymore,
good.
which is fantastic. Apparently, some people didn't see issues at all, which is even crazier because that means that it was just affecting publishers, probably.
very
but
bizarre.
I seen a lot of stuff when I looked it up that a lot of people were having the same issue I was. So
Before we get to callers, I do want to say, October 10th, I will be doing a culture war with Augustus Dorico. I think Tim said 2 other people. I'm not sure who, but we will continue our conversation about clouds on October 10th.
I think Alex Stein will be hosting it.
Oh,
I'll be there probably emceeing. So
Beautiful.
me and Shane will both be at the next 2 shows. So come say what's up.
Oh my. I can't wait. It was fun. It was a fun conversation. I wish it went longer, but we're going to have a chance to do 2 hours. So get ready. I'm very excited. It was a lot of fun to finally talk to him last night. And I think there's a lot to say. There's a lot more to say about what he's going on, what he's been doing, and the whole cloud seeding world, the geoengineering world on top of that. So I'm stoked. Right around the corner. Let's get to callers. Guys, we take your calls. We want to hear your stories. If you want to talk about probes, give us a call. V-shaped UFOs, drones, give us a call. Anything else, can't do it. No, I'm just kidding. Call us about anything. No theme. We want to hear about any story. Cryptids, ghosts, sleep paralysis. Man, it's been a while since we've had a Bigfoot story, but those are always good. Always good. It's been, I think, when's the last cryptid story we've had? It's been a minute.
The security guard last week.
We did. You're right. We had one in person. I wish that was recorded.
I should have recorded the entire damn encounter because it was just me looking at Shane like, what? And Shane was just like, dude.
I thought you were pranking me at first with the drone. I was like, how is that real? And then it just got weirder and weirder when we saw like 8 more. And then that guy was like, I see it all the time, but that's not the weirdest part. I see, what did he say it looked like?
He said some kind of like an anteater, like something. But he said it looked like it was bigger and it was crawling.
Guys, we're in West Virginia.
Super low to the ground. He didn't shoot at it, thankfully.
It had long, scraggly hair.
Yeah, and he said that it just kind of went into like the sewer area and then like vanished.
Look, as far as I can see in my quick little Google, there's no anteaters in West Virginia.
Yeah. So
I don't know what that guy saw, but it freaked him out.
If he called it an anteater, I'm assuming it had a snout.
It had a snout. It had like long, weird hair. So I do love cryptid stories. But yeah, you guys call in. No holds barred. We want to hear any story. We love it all. And let's get to it.
All right,
and thanks for sticking with us with all the issues going on between Rumble and YouTube.
Yeah, it's been a huge pain in the ass. Let's go to Stephen Wolf to kick the night off here.
Oh, I also want to say,
hey,
Oh yeah, I'll get back to it in a minute.
Steven,
What's up, man?
All right, so you guys were talking about the rapture yesterday.
Yep.
I did post in the chat that I lost a friend of mine of 25 years today.
Oh no.
He was in an accident, a concrete truck accident yesterday up here in PA, where the truck rolled into a barn, and he died in the hospital this evening. So,
man,
That's terrible.
Did he get raptured? I don't know.
That's terrible. For real, that is a horrible thing. Sorry.
I did post a link in the chat. You can scroll up through the chat. I posted a link for his GoFundMe for his wife and his 3-year-old daughter.
Okay, you put it in YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube chat.
Okay. Cool.
I'll post it again.
Yeah, let the people know. I'm looking for it now. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Another thing. Yeah. Another thing. You're talking about these farm drones.
Yes.
Okay, so about 3 weeks ago, I live up here in PA, not far from where the Amish live. Like the Amish kind of live around where I live.
Okay.
Like I live just north of Lancaster, to give you an idea.
Okay.
And so we have a farmer that rents out our fields, and he had a crew come out, and they had drones, big drones, these farm drones where they fly around, they spray the crops.
Mm-hmm.
And they're about maybe like 15 feet off the ground, but they sound like it. I was outside and I heard this thing flying around, and dude, it sounded like a freaking airplane. It sounded like a crop duster airplane.
Yeah, they're loud.
And you said it was only 15 feet above the ground?
Yeah, it was like, because it had to be above the corn. The corn's about 10 feet tall.
Okay, yeah.
If they're spraying, that's about the...
Right, that's most what I've seen about farm drones.
And they would move back and forth across the field, so, try to get everything covered, because you can't get in there with a sprayer because the corn's 10 feet freaking tall.
Right. Yeah.
So,
the ones we're seeing are so high up. And then I think we looked at, there's some drones people use to monitor their crops or their cows. But these are
they use it for like security and stuff like that too, because they can run infrared.
Right, that's not uncommon, especially when you get into places like out west where you have ranches and you have much bigger properties where you got to cover a lot of area.
Yep.
They'll use drones, especially out in like places like Wyoming or Montana or like Nebraska or any of the big Midwest states where they have a lot of farming and stuff going on.
Right.
But yeah, and then you got the hostile probes that you've been talking about. Probe is the word, I guess.
That's right.
It is.
What do you think? Is it something we should be alarmed about?
I don't know. I mean, if it's got smaller probes and they want to probe us, I'd be worried about that. But it's all wait and see, I guess. I think the Project Bluebeam stuff, I think it's all set up to cover for military technology, like very, very high grade, very advanced military technology that they won't even tell us about. That God knows, like who really knows what they're really working on.
Right.
I mean, like they probably don't even tell the president. It's probably that's secret, and that these people that are working on this stuff are probably so compartmentalized. There might be only like a handful of people working on one part of a project, and they don't know what they're working.
Yep.
There might be a lot of people working on a project, but like the pieces are compartmentalized.
Exactly. I totally agree with that.
It's kind of like the Manhattan Project.
Right.
You got all these people that are working on this thing. They have no idea what they're building, but they're working on something.
Right. Yeah.
And you got 5 guys here. You got 10 guys over here.
And we're seeing
something else together.
And we're seeing stories of these guys who worked at Area 51 on these top secret projects who are now, according to them, suffering from a disease. They call it the invisible enemy that they contracted while working on those top secret projects. and it's so top secret that they can't even get help from the VA because all of their information
I've heard that a lot.
It's all data masked.
And I've been hearing that for years because, well, I was in the National Guard, and I have friends of mine that were active duty and stuff. And you know, when you search through the internet, and you see a bunch of stuff like, you know, these guys are working from like Area 51, and they have their stories and stuff, and then, you know, they go to the VA, and the VA's like, no, denied, nope, that's not service related.
Right.
You know, we don't have no file. We don't have no file of this. I mean, they do it. They'll do that crap to the VA. Will do that crap to normal active duty people. Like, oh no, this here, like, you weren't at this place, but they were at this place.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah, and I got to say, like, according to these men from Area 51, they're saying they've lost 400 people. 400 people have died because of this. And these guys who are now speaking out about it, one guy says it altered his DNA, and it gave his son, his son was born with a brain tumor. And all these guys were coming together talking about it, saying they have grapefruit-sized tumors that they believe happened from Area 51. And since it's so top secret, no one's helping them. And that's a huge tragedy.
I think what needs to happen there is they need to have a congressional investigation into that, like at the scale of the 9/11, like when the firefighters and the rescue workers and stuff, you know, they're told, oh, the air's clean, blah blah blah, there's nothing poisonous or hazardous in the air. And they all went out there, and now, you know, 20 years later, 24 years, you know, most of them are dead.
That's a good idea. I think they're working towards that. I think they've been to DC. They have a movement. They laid a wreath at the memorial for the 400 who died. They have some steam going right now, but I hope they get the help that they need.
You got people like Luna and some other people that, you know, like
Burleson.
Who's the other guy that's on the I think he's on the Judicial Committee.
I'm not sure.
Trying to think of his name now. I remember I can picture his face, but I can't remember his name now. But he's talking like he's always being interviewed all the time. You probably know who I'm talking about. Like he's on the House side.
Okay. I mean,
they're like he's always like he's put out subpoenas and stuff and everything else for the Obama and Bill Clinton and all them on the, you know, on the Epstein Island stuff.
Is it Tim? The chat's saying Tim Burchett.
Yeah, I think it's him, and I think it's somebody else too. I just can't remember, put the name.
I mean, there's definitely some very vocal people in DC that are trying to get some transparency for lots of things. Epstein.
Well, yeah. I mean, we need to get the Epstein file, obviously, but we also need to get the 9/11 files.
Yeah. I want to see Tucker's thing that he just put out.
I want to see that too. And we also need to make sure, you know, they're releasing these documents on JFK, RFK, MLK. Like, okay, so if they're releasing stuff, why haven't they told us who the hell did it?
They won't. The transparency, in my opinion, is appreciated, but it's false. Because it's like, here's what we have. I don't think they have anything. I don't think they've kept the answers. I don't think the answers were recorded. I think a lot of stuff was, and this goes for all of it, you know? Like, I've been thinking about that Malcolm X assassination a lot lately because of Charlie, and there's a lot of similarities. You know, we just learned about Arctic frost. We know the government was spying on TPUSA. That's insane. The CIA was spying on Malcolm X. And, you know, they had 3 assassins. I believe 2 went to jail. But those 2 guys sound like they were innocent. And now Malcolm X's family, as of just a few years ago, they're still in this process.
They're suing,
They're suing the CIA and the NYPD. And we know what COINTELPRO did to these guys, to, you know, MLK and to Malcolm X. So I don't know. I would love answers. I just don't know if we can trust what they tell us because they did it, because they're complicit and they're not going to rag on themselves, you know? So I feel like
I'm wondering with this whole thing with Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
Okay. you know how you just said how the Biden administration and stuff and the Biden people were going after TPUSA. Maybe do you think maybe they might have had a like a fall behind setup to try to go after Charlie Kirk after they left?
That's a very scary plan. It's a very scary thing to consider, but it's something anyone should consider. It was probably like 2 years ago.
I'm not buying this stuff anymore with this whole thing of like where did the rifle go when this kid jumped off the roof?
Yeah, I'm just not getting
and them saying that Charlie Kirk had a neck of steel. Let me tell you something. Okay, a 30-06. They said he was shot with a 30-06 from the rooftop 140 or 200 yards away. Okay, let's remember this. One, a 30-06 round travels at 2,000 plus feet per second.
Yeah.
It's carrying 2,000 pounds worth of energy. Like foot-pounds energy. That's a lot of torque.
Yeah.
And when that bullet hit him, I watched 3 videos of it from different angles. Like the shockwave, when it hits his body, you see the shockwave run through him. And I think what happened was the bullet went in and it shattered whatever bone it hit, the first bone it hit, and it fragmented it and threw it up into the carotid artery. And then that's what made the blood go flying out. And the rest of the bullet went through the rest of the neck bones and out the back. There's got to be an exit wound. There's no way that bullet was stopped by the bones in his neck. He doesn't have a neck of steel. Where
I'm at now is I'm collecting everything I'm seeing, and I'm not getting emotionally attached to any information because everything is starting to contradict the other thing.
I'm not buying this shit. I'm sick and tired of them gaslighting us and lying to us. They've been lying to us about everything.
Right.
Like everything's turned out to be fake and bullshit that they've told us for years about different things and different events. We still don't know anything about, the kid that shot Trump last year in July.
Well, I think they 3D printed him in a laboratory. Like that kid was fake. I mean, everything about him looked like some sort of deep fake rendering, and then they printed out a mutant.
Oh, I said the same thing years ago about Adam Lanza.
They all kind of look the same.
Everything was a fake too. I think the whole Sandy Hook thing was.
They all look the same.
I think, yeah.
The Krasensteins were born out of the same vial in a CIA laboratory. But what I was going to say is talking about you when you were talking about is there some sort of default plan when talking about Kirk and the government? Something I've been worried about for a few years now is rogue people within these agencies that hate this country so much. We know the government's already been weaponized against us to a massive degree, that there's certainly people within the government that hate us. We know there's people front-facing in the government that hate us. That they are.
I think some of these people that have gotten fired and stuff are also.
Comey.
Well, not just Comey, but I'm talking about like rogue agents and in these different agencies and stuff that could be pissed off because Trump threw them out.
Right. And so I'm not saying it's like a big government conspiracy, although it's not off the table because we know that there might be a group of them. There might be a few of them that have conspired to do such a thing. And I don't think that's out of the question. And we also know that they do things like entrapment, and they will be on the other side of the computer. They'll be on the other side of the computer screen trying to radicalize people and push them to do their dirty work. I mean, we know that. That's what the years of lead was in Italy for 30 years, not with the computers, but in other ways. MK Ultra, Gladio. This is kind of their MO. So imagine if you hate the country so much, you got to prove a point because you actually think Trump is literally Hitler. You think then everyone in the MAGA world is your enemy and they're a terrorist. Then you do what you think is the righteous thing to do. I'm not saying that's my theory. I'm just saying it's one of them, because nothing's off the table.
Yeah, I can see that theory playing out too. And the other thing is, you remember when the kid out in Bucks County, PA, cut his dad's head off?
Oh, dude!
Had it over the internet and live stream and the webcam.
Of course, yeah, it was crazy.
Well, and then he got found at a military base. So that military base is like 10 minutes from my house.
Okay.
Where he got found.
Yep.
So, And I'll tell you right now, that's a 2-hour drive from Bucks County to out here. That's like I'm pretty close to Harrisburg, but Harrisburg's still like 40 minutes from me yet. So,
that was a crazy event.
Yeah, but
for those who don't know, this is the young man who decapitated his father and then showed the severed head in a bag on a live stream on YouTube, calling for a revolution against the federal government. His father was a federal worker and said that everyone in the federal government's a traitor and called for this revolution, and then was, like you say, caught at that base. While it was happening, people were already questioning if that was real, if the head was real, all that stuff. And I don't know. It looked fairly real. I did watch it, and it was an insane video, but it just got swept under the rug, and now he's pumped full of drugs.
Right.
I saw some photo recently. He looks, like the Colorado shooter.
Did he ever go to trial or anything?
I think he's been in trial, but it's just been held up. It's going to take forever. People forget about it. Very strange. And he was also like a lot of these other people in these stories that are that the media will say they're radicalized online, but they're kind of like the people who, when we have someone like BX on the show, talks about these cults that exist online that fetishize mass shooters. He did, if we're going to believe the reporting, some of that did point to his like online life being similar to those people, not directly associated with them as far as I know, but he had like a weird SoundCloud music career. I remember doing some show and they were going to play the music, and I heard it for like 2 seconds. I was like, dude, don't even play that. I think that's like, that sounds like MK Ultra music. It was really bizarre music. And I have a pretty high threshold for bizarre, but when I heard just a second of it, I was like, don't play that. Something is deeply wrong with that music.
Well, the other thing too. Last point I'll bring up. Trump was at the UN today, and thank God he was, because man, it is about damn time that we had a president in our country that had the balls to go into the UN and tell these people that their shit's fucked up.
Yeah, it's always nice to see.
I mean, he told them their immigration plan sucks. They're literally committing suicide with their own countries by letting these people in that have no reason to be there to begin with.
Yep.
And then, their energy policies where they're shutting down their energy for this climate change stuff. And this climate change stuff's all been a big fat lie from the very get-go. It's all been fear-mongering porn to scare everybody into all this bullshit of, the seas are going to rise and places are going to be wiped off the map. It's like, it's all the biggest bunch of bullshit, ever told.
It's all
and people bought into it for years. 97% of scientists agree to this. Yeah, it's because those 97% are all bought by the same fucking people.
Yep, exactly. Yep, 9 out of 10 dentists. We all agree. Trust the experts.
Yeah, we all agree because we're all being paid by fucking big pharma and shit. And it's just like this fucking media.
Yep.
With Operation Mockingbird, where they're all saying the same fucking thing about the same thing.
Yep.
As all spaced out at the same time. It's like,
because they're narrative engineers. They need to control the narrative and make the public believe a certain thing. And fear is their best drug.
Well, yeah, and they thrive on it. That's why they'll try to do another false flag attack, like they did on 9/11, or they'll do these school shootings and stuff, and they'll hype everything, just like they hype the weather. Yep. Oh my God, there's a hurricane out in the middle of the ocean that's going to go out into the ocean. But hey, let's hype it because it's something to do to scare people. It's like, this is getting to be freaking nonsense. The other thing I'll leave you with is there's a lot of these pages. This AI shit's really driving me up a fucking wall. There's a lot of these pages on Facebook that are fucking putting out these fake stories, and they're all AI generated fucking stories and pages, and they're run by bots or whatever the fuck they're run by. But like, they're putting out these fake stories, especially a bunch of them were about Charlie Kirk, and all these different people were going to do great things for Charlie Kirk, and none of it was fucking true, and it was all bullshit. I'm so sick and tired of seeing these videos and stuff, and then reading the comments sections or seeing these articles, reading the comment sections, and seeing all these people are like, "Yay, yay!" Blah, blah. It's like, use your head, people. This shit is AI generated bullshit. They're lying out their asses. They're trying to play everybody or placate everybody. And it's like, use your head, use the freaking brain God gave you, and question everything you freaking read, and look at how these articles are formatted and stuff, and you will see there's a pattern.
Yep.
And you'll see that these articles are garbage.
Well,
they ought to be fucking removed.
I agree, man. I agree. Well, we're gonna move on to the next caller, brother.
Yep.
I appreciate
I'm gonna put that link in the chat.
Yep.
And you guys can
again, condolences for your the loss of your friend.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. I see a lot of you guys talking about Candace's episode today. I did not watch it. I've watched her other episodes. I support her and her quest for all her questions, and I think it's great. She's building a timeline. Like I've said, turns out World War III is Candace versus France, Israel, and the FBI. And I'm pretty excited for it. So let's see. Before we get to another caller, what did I miss here? I do want to see, because I'm fascinated in this thing. I saw someone in the chat say that she talked to the person who, I guess, saw or recorded what they thought was a shooter. I might have that wrong, but I do remember early reports about someone dressed a certain way. That is a little different than what we're hearing now. Bizarre. All right. Cozy Watermelon said, take off the Maddow glasses. Yeah, I know. When I don't get a haircut, I do look like I turn into Rachel Maddow. It's a curse. Papa Giorgio says, oh, this must be when I was talking about the anteater cryptid. He said, so a possum.
Yeah, right.
I think you're onto something. But this is like a cryptid possum.
I was under the understanding it was a lot bigger than a possum.
And it had like a witch hair or something.
Yeah. Something ridiculous like that.
All right. Well, let's see. Who's next?
This is going to be what I believe is pronounced cyber, but it's spelled T-S-Y-B-R.
Let's do it.
In the process.
All right. Well, while we wait, I'm just going to say really quick, I see Quiet Fan on Rumble. Didn't the CIA promote drugs and rap music? Yeah, I think they funded it. I don't think they created it. That's, some people say that story. I think what the CIA always does is hijack any counterculture movement, whether it was the modern art in this country like Rothko and stuff like that. And it doesn't mean that the artists are CIA, although some of them are. And if you read, oh goodness, what's the name of that book? Secrets Inside Laurel Canyon. I'm spacing on the exact title. That really documents how the CIA can manufacture characters within a movement. But they would, for the modern art movement, it was like in direct opposition to what Russia was doing at the time when they outlawed certain modern art. So they said, we'll do the opposite of that, and we'll do it by funding art and inflating its value to make it seem like it's more important. So I don't know if these big artists were actually like, you're CIA now and you work for us. I think what happened was they like almost like astroturfed them in the market, made them appear bigger, more important. We see that happening all the time on Twitter with all these influencers. It happens on TV. It's sort of like a Mockingbird situation. They did it with rap as far as we know. And because they always want to promote some sort of degeneracy. They want to promote division. But they do it all the time. I think it's happening. I think it's happened with the corporate press. I guarantee you it's happened with the independent press. Anything they see as some sort of threat to their narrative control, they find a way to inject themselves into it and destroy it from within. And you always have to pay attention to that. I think it happens all the time.
Do we have a caller here?
Yeah, Corn Benoit, gentlemen.
Hello.
How you doing?
Who we got?
Pretty good.
Is this Hunter Thompson?
Well, no rapture, so you're not living a Left Behind movie.
Well, not yet. How are you? Where are you?
I'm pretty good. Chattanooga, Tennessee.
That's right. Chattanooga. How's Chattanooga these days?
Pretty good, I guess. Yeah, we seem to miss the news.
You missed the news? How so?
Well, I mean, we don't get all the crazy stuff. or at least maybe I just don't see it. I'm not downtown a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Is that where you get your news usually? In town?
I'll tell you, but I've been watching the Y-Files big time.
It's a good show.
And and if you look up the Y-Files Blue Beam on Rumble,
yep,
and watch that. That's a really good episode.
Yeah, he breaks down stuff great.
Yeah, he said on YouTube they defunded it or
demonetized.
Demonetized. That's right.
I got you.
Yeah, they said the first version AJ did they demonetized it. But I'll let you move on to another caller.
All right, man. Pleasure hearing from you. God bless.
Yeah, man.
In Chattanooga. All the best.
That's right. If you remember, I called in talking about a video I watched on Unsolved Mysteries.
I remember. Robert Stack.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was me. Okay. Well, let's hit the next caller.
All right, brother.
Have a good night, man.
Have a wonderful night. We are here. We are still here. Who we got next?
We got Chris Quinn up on deck next.
Amazing. I, for real, did sound like Hunter Thompson in the very beginning. Like,
hey there.
You never know. Hello. How
Chris,
are you?
What's up?
Doing good. So you guys get into extraterrestrials and all that a lot, but do you ever dig into the superterrestrials or the,
not so much yet. No. Let's do it.
Hominids have been around for maybe 4 million years or so. Humans, as we know them, Homo sapiens, for 400,000 years or so. And we've got history that we can kind of piece together for about 12,000 of those 400,000 years of humans with equally capable minds as us. So if you think about that, the likelihood that there aren't previous societies that have come together and created societies that sustained and killed themselves off is much smaller, in my opinion, than what we're giving it credit for. And in fact, we already know they existed because of the pyramids exceed our timeline. We don't know how long ago it was, but it's longer than anything that we have actual written records to go back to. It they were always there for everyone whose records we have.
Right. Yeah, the pyramids are wild. So you think that there were ancient civilizations? Are you like into is this a sort of a Tartaria theory as well?
I've never heard of that. But,
okay. I don't know too much about Tartaria. I would like to have an episode about it, but that's like ancient civilizations, with a lot of bigger architecture.
I think what we have now is we have modern science, and we went down the technological route that we used electromagnetism as the testing medium that we used to dig into, the atomic world and subatomic world now with electron microscopes and all of that, which I don't think previous societies had, but I think the biggest technology in the past was more harmonic based, which is why you have all these sound crystals and things like that seems like all their technology was based around frequencies and sound waves and such.
Do you think there's potential for some of these ancient civilizations to be around and not visible now?
That what we have now is we have small factions of those societies that still exist with their knowledge intact, and they are kind of behind the scenes pulling strings trying to get ahead, but their technology that they used to have has reached an equilibrium with where we're at now. The atomic bomb is kind of as far as you can go really, before things kind of start getting out of control. We're looking at fusion now instead of fission, but we haven't even reached that yet, and I don't think humans have yet. reached.
So you think there's ancient strains of these civilizations behind the scenes in our governments right now? And
everywhere.
Everywhere?
Yeah, all over the world. You got to think there was the city of the Library of Alexandria. You have the ancient city of knowledge, Shangri-La. All of these stories of old societies. You have stories of ancient wars like Ragnarok happening. Ancient Aliens goes over this, like how did this stuff happen, that these wars probably happened in these locations. I think that you have human societies that tore themselves apart. You had humans playing God, where they were the ones in charge, and society revolted as it does. And they've learned that they can't do that anymore. Humans have gotten too smart and too widespread now that we can't control everyone, so they have to be stealthier about it now. Yeah. Or they'll just be killed.
Yeah, I do think, I don't know if I don't believe in the timeline being that long in terms of 400,000 years. I believe in a much shorter timeline with Earth, but I still think that there were ancient civilizations that were able to withstand catastrophes, and they're pulling the strings. When I talk
even
about
just looking at the biblical texts, right? That goes far further back than that, even. I mean, maybe not 400,000 years, but time in the Bible is very abstract. It doesn't really give you exact timetables other than lifespans.
It depends
on
lifespans
how you read are fungible. Adam lived for what, 900 something years?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So,
but I interpret it literally, and other people read the Bible and don't interpret it literally, and then you see different denominations debate. What does a day mean? What does a year mean? All that stuff. But that aside, if you put the timetable aside, I do think there were these ancient civilizations that have found a way, like maybe their elites found a way to survive. And so when I talk about this ancient strain of evil, like what you're saying, that's behind the scenes pulling strings, same thing. And maybe some of them are front facing, but there does seem to be this apparatus of evil that just cannot be eradicated from Earth, that is very old and smart, smart because they've been around for so long.
Yeah, definitely orchestrating from behind the scenes. I think there's a lot of secrets that we don't know about, and I definitely think that some of those remnants have survived. There were maps of Antarctica before that could possibly have been discovered by modern reckoning. There's the ancient text in India about flying cities, things like that.
Ancient paintings of UFOs.
Yeah, they just don't jive with the modern narrative. But at the same time, we already know that interstellar travel is extremely hard, and surviving for an extra 1,000 years as a society sounds hard, but it's not as unfeasible as interstellar travel to go fuck with the people on Earth.
Like it. Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate that thought experiment. Thanks for calling in.
All right. Well, have a good night.
You too. Who is Elon Musk, a descendant of the ancient breakaway civilization? Indigo says lizard people are not advanced. Maybe some are, though. I don't know. I think they think they're advanced. It's like Newsom. We know he's a lizard, but he just doesn't pull it off that well. When he stands too close to those forest fires, you can see the skin suit start to melt. It's never good. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
The skin suit,
dude. That's what it is. The Umbra Project. Hey Shane, can you shout out my channel? I make videos on UFOs and aliens. I'm also making a movie. It's all for people who are interested in the stories that love the lore. The Umbra Project. Sick, dude. Keep making stuff. Everybody, I encourage you to make things. That is the best. Have a family and then make things and share them. Nothing will ever be perfect. Take risks. Put it out into the world. It's the best. Who do we got next? People are saying Sergeant Peyton. Is he around?
Oh, he popped in I did see him post something earlier that said that he was running for mayor.
Is he here? Sergeant Payton.
And there's so many chats that is like far, far gone, I think.
He's running for mayor.
But I swear I seen him say something about running for mayor. I'm trying to see if I can find it right now because it was crazy.
Let me see.
I know Renee's seen it because she called him out when he was here.
If I send you something on Instagram, can you pull it up?
If my Insta's actually working, X is probably better. Insta's been
all right, I'm going to send you something.
A super dick.
He sent me something. Guys, we're producing a show on the fly right now. I saw Sergeant Payton in the chat. I had to check it out. And then I found this in my inbox. I don't know what it is. It could be...
Oh, by all means, send it over to me and I'll check.
I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to send it right now.
I can't find it, but I swear this man said he was running for mayor.
The people want it. Jonathan Irv, thank you for the chat. So what if the global cooling was real and the government launched Operation Fishbowl, but it was too much damage, which is leading to global warming? That's fascinating. It was when they blew up a lot of bombs. Also, people say that could have been a war that we didn't know about, some sort of crazy war.
Yeah, I see him in chat. He's in there.
Sergeant?
Yeah, he just said, yes, thank you, Shane.
We're having so many tech issues. I'm having tech issues over here. It's not even letting me find you on Twitter. It's like all the forces are working against us, but I found you.
I don't know what's going on tonight.
I sent it to you.
Screwed up.
Let's pull it up. Hopefully Peyton comes on. People have been asking about Peyton the past few days, and lo and behold, he pops up. For those who don't know what we're talking about, Sergeant Peyton is a sergeant in the Fourth Reich. There is a population of 8 million beneath Antarctica as we speak, where the Fourth Reich has reconvened. They also have sent Hitler to Mars, and he's alive. According to Sergeant Payton.
I think it's probably better to say that Hitler sent himself to Mars.
Yeah, maybe that's a better way of saying it.
Nobody tells Hitler what to do except for Satan.
Yeah. So check your inbox on Twitter, and let's see if we can pull this up and show the people. And again, I have not pressed play. I don't know what this is, but it's from Sergeant Payton, so you know it's got to be something extra important. And while Brandon pulls that up, I will check out you guys in the chat. Lot of love for Sergeant Payton.
I don't know if this is gonna work. Hang on.
Kelly Key said he's at Ice Station Zebra in Antarctica. Email you. He might be. Monica, hey Shane, I have a story I'd like to run by you. That's not done publicly at first. Well, send me a DM, and we'll talk. Twitter or Instagram. Let's do it. Renee, what's up? Shane, I sent you the thing about the bogosphere too. That's right. Renee did send me something about the bogosphere. You guys, the bogosphere has now been carbon dated. I'm just going to tell you this while Brandon's pulling it up. For those who don't remember, the bogosphere was found. There's video of it floating down and a man picking it up. It's this silver ball that was then put into a laboratory and studied, and then it was stolen, allegedly, by, I believe, German scientists. And then they said it was carbon dated recently. This is according to Stephen Greer, at 12,500 years old. I don't know how they're saying this. I believe it is bogus, like many of you believe it is bogus. I don't think it's real. They were afraid to cut it open. They didn't, and it's got all these weird etchings on it. But according to Dr. Stephen Greer, who's someone I don't fully trust, he put out a report just yesterday, I think, saying the astounding report about the resin in the bogosphere. According to the University of Georgia Center for Applied Isotope Studies, it dated the resin at about 12,560 years old. That's all it said. And he said, stay tuned for more information. So we will wait and see what happens next with the Boogosphere. Any luck over there?
No.
All right. Well, we can go to another caller then.
Yeah, this is
sorry, Sarge.
The amount of shit going wrong today is unbelievable.
Sorry, Sarge. We tried. But if you can call in, we'll take you. You know we're here till 12.
Yeah, if I can do it, we'll try to get it.
Racist said the Boogosphere is a space bomb. It looks like something you could buy out of a Spencer's Gifts, no doubt.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get this figured out, and we'll let you interrogate some more people.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go to Simon Kenton. Let me see. Simon, you're on the show. Can you unmute, please?
Hello. Man. The tech gremlins are getting to us today. Also, I gotta make sure. Did I say 1,200 or 12,000? 12,000 years old for the Boogosphere is what they're saying. I saw someone in chat. I think I was corrected. Hello. What's up?
Oh, okay. Right now.
Yeah, you are
hold
on.
I'm sorry. I got my TV on and shit. I'm watching you live.
It's all good. It's all good. Welcome to the show.
Hi. Okay. So the thing was, you wanted the story about the flying V-shaped things, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I will tell you about that.
Cool.
But I just wanted to briefly, real quick, catch you up as to why I would pay attention and know what the fuck's going on.
Okay.
When I was about 8 or 9 years old, I had the uncle that knew all that shit. Told me about everything. The question I asked was the moon landing thing. And I didn't even ask that. I just said something about the moon. He goes, oh, that bullshit was fake. You're like, what? What? He describes everything. He lays it out. You go, oh, yes, everything that I've learned. He's clearly right. So then about 2 or 3 years later, there's another campfire, explains the Jesuits, the Freemasons, the structure of the Catholic Church, the whole goddamn 9 yards. You just get it. So then you spend 30 years seeing everything unfold.
Right.
So when I was 18 years old, it was the night before I went to college. I had 2 buddies stay over late at night. We're off running around through the fields, shooting woodchucks through the day, whatever, just getting the last country boy shit out of your fucking system. Mm-hmm. That's it, end of August. This would have been 2003. And I can literally, if you wanted to bring up your Google Maps on your phone, I can give you the address and show you exactly where I was standing.
Well, we don't have to do that. I don't want to put it
right. I'm just saying that I can give you the names. I can tell you where we don't have to do that.
Cool.
There was a palpable feeling in the air, and we were all getting very creeped out. The 3 of us.
Mm-hmm.
We were standing in front of what is considered a hog shed in Northwest Ohio, and we saw what was a very dark, black, triangular object coming over what is, if you know what Northwest Ohio is like, everything is flat. Mm-hmm. It's completely fucking flat. Not even Kansas knows what flat is compared to this little section of Northwest Ohio. The triangle had the classic lights that you always see from the 60s, 70s, 80s of UFO shit. Mm-hmm. And
like in
it
each
passed
corner
from the north to the south. And as it was approaching us, 3 black SUVs came down the county road. There was no reason for anybody to be going down. This is residential and farms.
Mm-hmm.
As it passed over, we kind of freaked the fuck out, hid behind some bushes, watched them pass by. And as we kind of ducked around and they passed the bridge that passes over, kind of obscures our driveway a little bit, they kind of, you know, drove past, and we kind of came out and we're like freaking out, like, what the fuck did we just see? Is that some like UFO stuff? And then we all started talking, oh, this is a military shit. We all know what's going on. There's Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. You know, this is post 9/11. We've all gone through this is our Vietnam shit. So we get it. And before we can walk back up to the house, either the same one had circled or another one passes, and another 2 SUVs passed right back through following that one. So I'm not saying it's aliens or UFOs. I'm not saying it's the military. It is what it is, but I could actually give you the 2 people that witnessed it. I could give you the exact fucking address that we saw it. And it was the classic, like, it had the big light in the center, all the corners had the lights.
What color?
No sound, nothing.
What color were the lights?
The outside lights were red upon approach. As they passed over, the red kind of went away and they were blue. And the center light was on or off, red or kind of a blue-white. It wasn't ever strobing or flashing or anything like that. But it did kind of change depending on where it was. I don't know if the light was changing or it was our, you know, perspective of it.
Right.
But it was clearly some sort of an actual physical craft moving silently. It was the shit that we had seen, you know, like in, you know, the cover, you know, sketchings of magazines and, you know, like some, you know, X-Files shit. You know what I mean? It was the classic, like, oh shit, we're actually seeing it. It's right there. We saw SUVs blowing through. It was literally one of the craziest things ever. And strangely enough, that is not even the craziest shit I've ever seen in Northwest Ohio. But it was just the vertical ones. And it was like, okay, I've been watching you guys for like a year. I gotta tell you about this one, absolutely. And I think it's just because I'm in the area. I've got Toledo nearby. Their Air Force Base comes out. They're whatever 100 miles or whatever. Wright-Patterson would be in Ohio. You got Detroit, Chicago. You know what I'm saying? You have massive cities.
How far are you from Wright-Patterson? Like when you saw that thing?
I couldn't tell you exactly Wright-Patterson. Like I couldn't tell you how many miles it is exactly.
But like
I know that the Toledo Air Wing is they fly over us routinely.
Okay. Did your uncle that you were talking about, did he ever talk about Wright-Patterson?
No. I don't want to give too much information on him, obviously, just out of, you know, like I don't have an established relationship with you people and stuff kind of thing, whatever.
That's fair.
All of his information came from, he went to college down in Ohio University. And he stayed with, okay, you know how back in the day, this would have been like fucking 80. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to drop the F-bomb there. My bad. Back in like, you know, 70s, 80s and stuff, like you would have off-campus living.
Yeah.
He stayed with somebody that, as far as I understand, was formerly an employee of the NSA. Now, that sounds all conspiratorial and shit. But, you know, 35 years ago when I was told how everything works, and then I sat here for 35 years and watched it all happen, and you guys sit there on Timcast and fucking, you know, talk about it. I'm like, guys, you're catching up.
Yep.
Thanks. So it's one of those things of like, well, I don't want to go into it, but as far as I understand, this man was very deep into shit. And what I relayed to you, that was not anything to do with him. This was just like when I'm seeing it, I'm going, oh shit.
Right. Yeah, I was just curious because your proximity to Wright-Patterson and the stories that come out of Wright-Patterson, plus the knowledge your uncle knew. Curious if there's any connection.
Well, yeah, because Wright-Patterson is probably down by what? Dayton, Findlay, somewhere down that way.
Dayton, yeah.
Yeah, like Dayton. I mean, yeah, that's
a lot of UFO sightings out of Wright-Patterson.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. When I was an 18-year-old kid, about to literally the next day, I got into a fucking van with my family and they dropped me off at college. I saw that shit in the sky and with my two best buddies. And we were just supposed to have fun before I left for college. And you go, oh, what the fuck is that? It's probably some fucking shit out of Wright-Patterson. Like, yeah. Why would we bother about that?
Might have been your uncle driving it for all you know.
No.
Awesome. Well, hey, man, I appreciate that story. And I know you said you had other stories, so you should call back and share those.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I just wanted to talk to you about one other thing, if I can.
Yeah, go for it.
It's the Mangione thing.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, all right. That's fine. Now, I have literally posted this shit on so many different things. I've tried it. I'm telling you, this is obvious. You can Wikipedia this shit. Okay. Luigi Mangione, I personally do not think was the guy that actually shot the guy. Okay. That's just my personal opinion. Yeah. I think that there was plenty of coverage of that's probably not the same guy. However, Luigi Mangione is the grandson of somebody that was probably involved with some mob activity in Baltimore. His cousin happens to be a Maryland representative. Like in the state, whatever I don't know, House of Burgesses or whatever Maryland has, know, House of Reps, whatever they have. Luigi Mangione's grandfather was a very good friend of the mayor of Baltimore for many, many years. That man is, I think his name is D'Alessandro. And if you know who the D'Alessandros are, then you know that his daughter married Paul Pelosi.
Oh, yeah. I do know that connection with Pelosi.
Yeah. Okay, so I actually had heard Mangione and the Pelosi connection before Luigi ever entered the fucking public mindset because of Michael Franzese.
Yes, that's how I heard it. He told us on the Culture War. I was like, why does this sound so familiar?
Oh,
yes.
He was on the Culture War? Damn, I missed that one.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
But yeah, that was just one that he did a video of. So when I heard Mangione, I was like, I know that name. I did a little research. This is all Wikipedia.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Shit. I'm looking up a lot of it right now. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you look up what's his name? The guy that was assassinated in cold blood in front of the hotel in New York.
The healthcare worker?
Yeah, Brian
Thompson,
right?
Yeah, I'm looking up his name. I forgot. It's crazy that we don't remember their names.
I can't think of his name. That's terrible. He should be the only one that we remember his name.
Brian Thompson.
Brian Thompson, yeah. Okay, so Brian Thompson was the CEO or whatever of United Healthcare. They were in and out of Congress and testifying like the entire summer, and I think maybe even into the year previous, because of all sorts of shit going on.
That's true.
And as far as I was able to find on Google, right as this shit was happening, as soon as they said Mangione, I started doing research, and what I was able to find was that United Healthcare got hacked, and there was a company that came in and dealt with the hacking. And it just happened to be a company that Nancy and Paul Pelosi had dumped a bunch of money into right before the hack. Then the man that was assassinated was about to testify in front of Congress after months and months of United Healthcare already testifying with all these other different people that about actual insider trading, which would lead me to believe, well, if they've been grilling you all summer and now this guy is going to talk about something and you get nailed, well, I don't know. That's a mob hit. They want to talk conspiracy. Well, it's just a mob hit, guys.
Yeah.
So that was the one that I was like, hey, next time you go on Tim, one of Tim's shows, bring that shit up and be like, hey, here we go. This is probably the most reasonable thing.
A lot of weird connections. I'm beginning to think a lot of these assassins might not be the assassins. There's something very weird going on. You know, when they dressed up Mangione to look like Lee Harvey Oswald when he was arrested, you seen that photo?
Jesus Christ! That's
Why did they do that?
My uncle told me. That's one of my. I found out 8 years old. You know that picture of him holding the rifle? That's not him.
Right, but I'm talking about when he was in cuffs with the red sweater and the white shirt underneath. I mean, there's a very similar picture to Lee Harvey Oswald. Also,
we don't. Yeah, technically, we don't even know that that's actually a photo of him.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Where Lee Harvey Oswald is sitting there and he's getting shot and he's coming out with the shirt. There's like multiple photos.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can look up.
Yeah.
You can look up right now. I mean, whether or not we know they're true or not, there is what looks to be an old photo of Lee Harvey Oswald in cuffs, cops on either side of him in suits. He's wearing slacks, a red sweater with a white dress shirt underneath. And you can look at Luigi Mangione wearing a red sweater, slacks.
The image yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I believe Lee Harvey Oswald
that is a symbol. That is how they communicate. That is what I was talked about. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's why I told you at the beginning.
Yep. No, dude. It's very strange, the architecture.
Yeah. For 30 years I've been sitting here being able to read this shit, and it was just one I was like, oh well, for Christ's sakes, you want to know about the triangles? They're everywhere.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate it.
Old school military shit. That's nothing. That's nothing. I did want to say one thing about the Charlie Kirk thing, though.
Okay, go for it.
Well, actually, I want to say a lot of things about it, but the one thing about the whole conspiracy and this and that, blah blah, about the actual physical shot.
Mm-hmm.
And they talk about, well, it's a 30-06. It's this, it's that. This is what a bullet would do. First off, fuck off. Y'all don't know what the fuck lead is going to do when it hits and when it impacts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, stop. Second of all, when I witnessed the actual shots, what I saw was that it struck body armor, ricocheted into his throat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure why everyone keeps saying that he's shot in the neck. Like, yes, technically the throat is part of the neck, but what I saw was that it hit and came up through the neck.
And then I've heard he wasn't wearing body armor.
Well, when I was looking at all the other photos, it looked to me like he was wearing body armor.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what was given to us and shown. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
But that was one of the first things that I read once he had been pronounced dead. They said that it had struck his body armor, went through his neck.
Yep, that's why you can't.
I do know that at 200 yards, you can kill a human being with a fucking pistol. Okay, you can grab a 357. That is bullshit. So the conspiracies about what's possible is what pisses me off. Not who, not where, not when, but just the concepts of like, well, 30-06. Oh, shut up.
Yeah,
guys.
You can see people who shoot 30-06 all across the spectrum who have different experiences and different theories about it. It's why, again, I'm going to say I'm not going to be emotionally attached to any information yet, because like you said, when the first reports come out, it's saying this and that. There's been so many first reports that are contradictory now. And I think that's on purpose. The chaos
100%.
is by 100%. Design. So I'm 100%. Not, recently today, I think it was today, I think even one of the people close to TPUSA was saying there was no body armor. But, I don't know. I thought at one point maybe he was wearing body armor. I look at other photos, he wasn't. It's so hard to know. you know.
100%. Yeah. So that was just the one thing that I just want to say, that like the physical shot of 200 yards.
Right.
And it's like, no, dude, you can take a 350 Legend. You go ask any deer hunter in fucking the Midwest. That stop. Just everybody stop. Like, relax. Some jackass could actually pull that off.
Anything's possible.
I'm also very upset that other people are getting squirrely and calling out people about conspiracy theories. Like, that also seems like, no, shut up, dude. Someone was assassinated. Let everybody run. Let Candace Owens and what's the other guy? Ian Carroll.
Yep.
Is that his name?
Yep.
Let them go run. Let those dogs hunt. Let them go find, if they smell something, let them sniff it out and figure it out.
Yeah.
Because you know what? 5 years ago, I didn't know that the First Lady of France had a dick. I didn't know that. Now I do. So.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
Whoa, well, now it seems obvious.
Yep. It's there the whole time.
Well, yeah, just one good picture and a pair of jeans, and you go, well, shit.
It's true, but no, I agree. I agree. We should not be emotionally attached to any information. Also, it's totally okay to ask questions. Keep asking questions. There's a history of us being lied to.
No, just don't poison the fucking well, because then you're going to poison the rest of the town.
Right. Well, yeah.
That's my only reservation with that.
Be careful, but
with what? I'm sorry. What were you? What do you want me to poison the well with?
No, not you. You're talking about let these people have their opinions and things like that, because of the situation. But my comment was based off of don't poison the well, meaning don't spin, a crazy ass narrative that is going to fuck a bunch of people's heads up in the country. Like, there's one thing to bring up facts, and then there's another thing to just spew bullshit. And bullshit is what metaphorically poisoning the well poisons the entire city. The whole thing is that people are going to believe that shit,
I 100% agree with you. But let me just say it this way. I have literally been 5 years old sitting there watching us going into fucking Iraq. I've been there fucking 18 years old watching us go into Afghanistan, and then 20 years old again fucking with Iraq. Mm-hmm. So I really kind of want you to put what you just said into context, what all of the people that somehow decide what the fuck we're doing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. I just don't think that that's ever going to happen. Cool. That's why it's extremely important that we don't add to that.
You can look at the French Revolution. People say like, oh yeah, why don't you like unions? I don't think they work for you. Oh yeah, well, when everything goes to shit, what's going to happen? I don't know. Have you ever seen the French Revolution? They killed them all. They just literally killed them all. Like,
yep, I know, and I agree with being careful what you put out there, but it's almost like you can't stop it. We got to make sure the people can discern the bad stuff, because it's like what we've been talking about for the past 2 weeks. There's so much stuff put out there that's so easily debunked with the conspiracies, and I'm into conspiracies, but like, you're like, okay, that's just BS. We don't need that. But, it's just going to be part of the process, unfortunately. But people fall for it. And I think that's also part of the design, knowing that they can interject.
Oh, absolutely. The controlled opposition thing is the controlled opposition.
Right.
Like just the concept of putting it out there, you go, oh, Jesus, now I don't know what to believe. Absolutely.
And they want you to give up.
Hey, before I go, would both of you like to give me one conspiracy crazy thing that you believe is complete bullshit, that is just fuck that, or one that seems completely crazy that you go, I don't know, I entertain that?
I don't know. There's so many that I do believe in. What is one I don't believe in? I don't know. I can't think of any right now. I mean, like, when it comes to the flat Earth stuff, I'm agnostic. I don't think the Earth.
The flat Earth is, look, I observe a flat Earth, and until somebody proves to me that it's not, then I will believe you. I don't. It does not bother me which one it is. Just
I don't.
prove to me either way. I
don't think it is what they say it is. I don't think we really have an. I think they've done an effective job of divorcing us from the reality of things that you just can't tell what it is.
You literally have just said it better than I think most people could ever put it.
Well, thanks.
Divorcing us from the true reality of whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, that's how it feels. What are you, Brandon?
Earth's not flat. Moon is real. Bush did 9/11.
Okay.
And don't get vaxxed.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Don't make the same mistake I did.
Trump's saying it now. Don't do it, man. Well,
wait, hold on. He listed off conspiracies, but he didn't tell me which one he was for or against.
I kind of did, actually. I said the moon was real. I said the Earth's not flat. So that's two that I believe are to not be true.
Wait, you said the moon's not real?
No, the moon is real.
He's a moon believer.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a moon
Shane doesn't think the moon is real.
Yeah.
Moon is real.
I think there's something there. It's just not what they say it is.
Yeah. I'm somewhere between the both of you guys, maybe. I don't know. I don't think you can actually land there. I don't necessarily believe it's terra firma.
Okay. All right. Another level to the conspiracy with the moon. Yeah, there's some people who think it's just plasma. Some people think it's a hologram. I
don't think it's plasma. I can make plasma in my microwave, and no, literally, light a match under a glass. You got like a fucking little whiskey glass, shot glass. Light a match underneath it, stick it on your fucking microwave, hit the fucking 1 minute, and you'll see plasma exist in it. It's not the moon, bro.
Okay.
That's not the moon.
Well, I'll have an experiment downstairs. Well, we're going to go to the next caller, man. We appreciate it.
All right. Hey, appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys later.
Have a good night.
See ya.
MAGA Cracka Mike, thank you for the chat. You said, glad to see the weather controlling Bond villain hasn't gotten you yet, bro. Not yet. If a dude bruh can control the weather, then what can the aliens do? There was a storm cloud over my house today, and only my house. And I DM'd him, and I asked if he sent that cloud. He said, I wish it worked that well. But the second he replied, the rain stopped. Just like that.
I have a new conspiracy.
Okay, let's hear it.
That guy called and apologized for saying fuck, and then said fuck more times than Limp Bizkit did in that one song. Following, and I think that's a conspiracy. I think that was a total conspiracy.
Oh, man.
There, I gave him one.
Tim Neal, thank you for the chat. He said STFU. I'm not going to say it. This dude is an idiot. Me? LOL. We're just being nice. Tim. Thank you for the chat. Ren Dizzle Swizzle says Hitler on the moon. Oh, I heard he's on Mars. So, I don't know. Let's get to another caller, shall we?
Yeah, why the hell not?
Let's do it. The Rumble's been weird on my end. I don't know how it is for you. How it is for you guys out there, but it's really bizarre over here.
The whole electronic world is spiraling down the drain today.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. At this point, I'm kind of just going with the current.
Dude, it's crazy.
I've crossed the line to insanity in the last like 20 minutes of messing with this. Instagram is totally screwing me. Like I'm having
I think we're being attacked.
Insane account issues with Instagram. So
attacked.
I can't get the Peyton thing. I'm going to have to go fight with this shit later at home.
We're being attacked.
Yeah, it's nuts. I'm over it. Let's move on. Yeah, Shane, there you go. The moon is flat.
Yeah. Hey, anything's possible. Bobby Broadway says we should streaming to MySpace. Good old MySpace.
All right. I think Jeff was up next.
E-Bombs World Stream.
My order is all messed up now in here, too. This got, like, scrambled, so the people that I had in line are not in line anymore.
Crazy. Well, thank you guys for sticking with us on this wild night. It might not look like it, but it has been insane dealing with all of the wild stuff on the streams tonight. But thankfully, Brandon has it under. I mean, I don't say under control. He's doing it. It's fighting him as we speak. Josh Chandler, is Shane actually standard die on the moon? What do you mean? You mean like, do I actually believe in what I say when I believe the moon isn't what they say it is? Yeah, I believe it. Bobby says Shane sucks at cell phone.
Oh,
pictures.
shit.
Yo.
Is that me?
What's up?
What up?
What's up, boys? How's it going?
How is it going?
It's been a night, dude.
It has.
The computers are fighting us. The sky has been turned against me, like directly, personally.
The internet sucks. Sarge is running for mayor, apparently, and yeah, I don't know.
We're just dealing with it. We're rolling with the punches.
That's what I called to talk about.
Oh, perfect.
Because everybody that I know, including myself, has been experiencing that, like, since the start of the weekend, it seems like.
Interesting.
Every possible thing that can go wrong is going wrong.
For you too?
Like, yeah, man. Just yesterday at work, you know how you hang your sunglasses on your shirt collar? Mine just fell off, and the arm was off. Like, just what is that?
Unbelievable.
My vape that I just bought wouldn't charge. My Bluetooth speaker just doesn't turn on anymore. It's like a week old.
Huh.
I lost several tools. Yeah, it's just been.
What is going on?
I didn't call the bitch or say the F word. But sorry. Yeah, no. You were talking about weather modification, so it kind of plays into that.
Yeah.
I used to get made fun of for talking about that like 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's just, there's companies saying that it's fine. It's just common knowledge that that's what they do.
Yep.
And if you've ever seen What in the World Are They Spraying or Why in the World Are They Spraying, the two documentaries about it, independent tests have found all kinds of heavy metals like boron and aluminum oxide and it's cobalt and stuff. Yep. Very toxic stuff, but also very electrically conductive stuff.
Yeah, it's also raining drugs. Like, for those who don't know, like, it's literally, we just had an article a few weeks ago in California, cocaine is raining in California.
Hallelujah.
From the water supply, hallelujah. We also have like a ton of birth control in the water. SSRIs are probably being pumped into the water, and also, in my opinion, being dumped out of the sky. They're getting us at every possible angle.
From what I understand, it's turning the frogs gay.
It literally is turning the frogs gay. And they made fun of Alex Jones for saying that forever, and then RFK Jr. comes around and says it in like a nice professional big boy way, and everyone's like, "Oh my goodness, they're turning the frogs gay." It's ridiculous.
They turned him gay.
Yep.
But so we all, we know that that's happening. We also know HARP has existed for a long time, right?
Oh, I know. I've called them.
Probably much better versions of it by now, right?
Yep.
So if everything is so electrically conductive, because we have all these heavy metals in the ground, in the water, in our bodies.
Yep.
I mean, if microplastics can make it to our brain, then, what can these tiny dust particles of metal do, right? Mm-hmm. Where can they make it?
Yep.
So wouldn't that make it a lot easier for something like HARP or a similar technology to manipulate the general vibe or feelings of people over vast areas or maybe even specific areas?
I think so. I was under the impression a few years ago that HARP was behind the mass bird deaths that were happening when all these birds were flying out of the sky. And I thought that because it was birds with cryptochromes in their eyes. So like the migratory birds that use the magnetosphere to get around, and the HARP directly punches a hole into that in Alaska. Right. And I did call them, and lo and behold, they did deny it. But I do think... You
called HARP?
Yeah, I got a hold of some scientists at HARP, and I did try.
How the hell did you do that?
It's public. You can just call them. It's there. HARP actually belongs to the college now.
Oh, okay.
Podcast on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't fully believe it might be like a front. I still think they're involved.
I was going to say, maybe that's exactly what it is. It's probably like a front thing.
But they do say it's the college. It's with the college now, and there's scientists there, and they're like, we don't do anything that would interfere with anything. But like you do,
we would never do anything bad.
Right, you do shoot a laser into the atmosphere, right? And they're like, yeah, and I'm like, and you do say it ripples across, and it might have an effect. And that is the thing that you're shooting actually is what the cryptochromes in the bird's eyes use. So it's not like so far-fetched. I know I sound schizophrenic a lot of the time, but I was basing this on like real things I was reading. Like there were other people saying this, and I looked into it. So that's all to say, I do think affecting that, and plus what's in our bodies, that becomes a control mechanism. It could. Maybe not even on purpose, although I think it could be on purpose. I think it could be like a byproduct where it's like, wow, we can just like tuning forks, but like detune them with all the metals and nanoplastics that are in them. And like when you look at cymatics and how they can make with frequencies certain solids move, why wouldn't that also happen within our bodies when they're tuning the sky and the atmosphere in certain ways? Again, not just saying that, I'm basing that off like the like crowd dispersal tools that they have now, where they can blast you with a frequency that makes your blood feel like it's boiling. You know, they work on these things.
Yeah, the brown note, so forth.
The brown note, yep.
Dude, let me tell you, like there was this thing recently. I went to a Universal park, and this is just about how easily to manipulate people are in large groups. I went to a Universal park. I was standing in line for like the Harry Potter ride because that's what my fiance wanted to do. So that's what we do.
Yep.
And the ride broke down. It was a very long line. We were in line for like an hour already. And the way they do it at Universal is it goes around a corner. So you're in this big long line, and then there's like a corner that you can't see around. And you're like, maybe I'm almost there, but you're not. And so we were right in that corner, so we could see one group of people and the other group of people. And these two little girls start playing a clapping game, like Miss Mary Mac or whatever. And we had already been sitting waiting for this ride to open for like another.
Yeah, I'm already scared. Yep.
What's that?
It's terrifying. I'd be screaming already.
Yeah, I mean, I was disturbed, but it gets way more disturbing.
Fantastic.
I call this the clapping incident when I talk about it to my fiance. But these little girls are playing a clapping game. People on the other side of the corner hear the clapping, and they think that's, an announcement must have been made that the ride is opening. I suppose that's what they thought, because they started clapping as well. Before I know it, within seconds, there's like 400, 500 people all around me clapping their asses off, and they don't know why. They don't even know why they're doing it. And then after nothing happens for like 20 seconds of clapping, it turns into a rhythmic clapping, like, demanding the ride to be open, basically. And it got scary for a second. And then they did that 2 more times.
Oh my God.
So, yeah. That's 90. I mean, that's 90% of people. Those people make good money. It's not cheap to go to a Universal park.
Nope.
Nope. That's who's running the world, man.
Yeah, I just saw a story about flight control falling asleep while a plane was coming into land, and the plane had to just keep circling for a while. I forget where that was. Maybe Florida.
Screaming into the microphone, trying to wake them up.
Yeah.
Goomba mentality is what those people had, Jeff. Goomba mentality.
Goomba. That's racist to Italians.
No, it's not. It's if you guys don't know what Goombas are from Super Mario Brothers. If you've seen the original movie of John Leguizamo, the Goombas are all in an elevator, and he starts rocking one of them, and eventually all of them are rocking because they all just can't think for themselves. One of those situations.
Great movie.
Goomba mentality.
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you guys go. Can I say one thing, and I'll just hang up as soon as I'm done saying it?
Go for it.
I know everybody's Charlied out. I want to get this out there in the narrative because nobody's talking about it. The day of the shooting, did an interview with somebody. I think it was a student. The guy said, I heard it come from that way. It sounded like a 22 LR. Now, that either means that the 30-06 or whatever large caliber was suppressed,
right? Or
it wasn't that gun, or that guy's lying, or deaf, or retarded. So, good night, guys. Discuss if you want.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Or hang up on me, Brandon.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, again, there are so many stories coming out of that. It's just impossible to know what's real or not. I'm sending you a story again to look at, one last final story for the night that I thought would be good for you since it's Illinois-based. I just saw it.
Is it the haunted thing?
Yeah.
I have that.
Again, I just don't know. Sometimes witnesses aren't reliable also. Some are, some aren't. You can't take it you have to take everyone with a grain of salt. And there's just so much information right now. It's all distortion. And a lot of it is put out there to confirm your bias. Some of it's not purposefully put out there to do that, but it will become that. And I'm just, like I said, collecting everything, filing it away, and waiting to see how it all plays out, instead of getting too invested in one theory, because that's how you get stuck. And once you're invested in one theory, then you start to discredit everything else, and we don't want that. But I figured we'd round out the night with this. Is it just a video?
That's what it looks like. I don't see anything.
Let's check it out. Do you know this area?
I don't know what town they're talking about yet.
Yeah, they don't say
because there's no article.
There's no article. It's just a video. Let's see.
All right. I'm gonna drop volume on this for a second because I don't trust Fox or the internet right now.
Fair.
Okay. This is
a commercial.
Right.
Oh, there it is.
It's right around the corner, and we know how many people love to hear things are haunted, and people want to visit those places.
Haunted.
What are some of the stories that makes that location haunted?
Yes, so the story is that Alton back in the Civil War days had a federal prison that burnt down, and a lot of those prisoners were killed, and that prison was built out of limestone. Well, the limestone was used in a lot of the houses and businesses, the foundations, and they say the spirits
are still there
on in that limestone. And so there are many buildings in the downtown that are haunted. The McPike Mansion is supposedly the most haunted. Friendly ghosts, nothing too crazy.
What are the stories? Like when you say haunted, what are some of the stories that people have seen? Oh, I saw a woman dressed from the 1900s.
Yes, all those.
Okay.
I love news like this.
Kids running around, kids in windows.
Oh man.
Hear certain noises in certain rooms.
I love this. In a way, I love it at a distance, I think.
Well, and Alton too has one of the oldest Halloween parades in America.
Right.
It's been going on for over 130 years.
Not fun.
Wow.
all right. So Fox News is interviewing Dana White, and he said Alton is haunted. That's basically what I saw.
Do you know that area?
No, I do not know Alton. Apparently, it's not the town, but it's the bricks.
Yeah, so it's funny. That's stone tape theory. Have you talked about that before?
Not directly, no.
That's like when people believe that energy can be passed like from death into a solid object.
Oh, so like people that buy crystals.
Yeah. Like
crystal
all
people.
All the crystals that Ian has are filled with souls.
Yeah, they think that they can transfer energy into these things.
People really believe it, and they believe that this like a traumatic death can be passed into inanimate objects. So that's kind of what he was hinting at. I don't know if I believe that, but I do think, like we were talking about last night, battlefields, whether or not they actually are possessed by the dead, you can't help but project that feeling of death onto them. So there's an energy there, regardless. Stone tape theory is also known as like residual hauntings. So I don't know. I thought that'd be a lot cooler, but those news shows are so ridiculous.
So
ridiculous.
This channel just keeps getting better and better. There's this random shit that I've been seeing on X, and it just keeps popping up. I followed it because it was hilarious, and I wanted to see like stupid videos also pertaining to the things that we talk about. And the one that came up earlier today, let me throw this back up here. This is supposedly them flying up on unearthing a UFO.
Is this from Sergeant Payton?
No, I have to figure that. I want to try to get that on tomorrow if I can. I got to go through some account shit when I get out of here.
That's AI.
Yeah, like, I mean, come on. The perimeter around this thing,
cool,
it does look cool, but like, I don't know. They
USSR.
have the MASH intro effect going on from the helicopter. I don't know if I trust that.
Rare
too much,
1970s helicopter footage reveals secrets.
Rare 1970s.
This is like the AI articles the other caller was talking about. It's just like dead internet theory, pumping out all of this slop into the internet to make you believe this or that.
And we also have an update.
Oh.
About the mysterious blob that grew out of the meteorite.
Oh, sick.
It is apparently now swimming around in water and is large.
No.
Well, let's take a look at this.
Now it's got to be real if it's swimming.
There it is, folks.
Well, it's changed a lot. It looks happy. That was it?
It looked like it was thriving in its new environment of...
How do we know this is from the same person?
That somebody's bathtub? It looks like it's in a flooded basement.
Yeah. Is that your basement last week?
It was similar. It was very similar, minus that thing. There were some pretty big-ass spiders down there, though.
That is disturbing.
Yeah. So fantastic to know that that is still a thing.
Yep.
I can't. I just can't, Shane, with that whole story. I can't do it.
Which one? That one? The bogosphere? The hostile drones? The probes?
The guy growing a plate of, like, molded spaghetti in a safe, and now he's released it into a pool in his basement. I'm not buying it.
I don't know. Bobby Broadway says it's totally fishing line yanking it. That looked real to me, Bobby. That looked real to me. Joe Brezel says that was in Shane's toilet this morning. No, I have a healthier diet than that. My goodness.
If it's got tentacles and it's swimming on its own, you might want to go to the doctor. Yeah.
Renee said, and now it's a dragon. Yep. I don't know. Trying to see if there's any updates on any of this stuff. It's like the drones are just taking over. What are we going to do about it? Just like how we started this episode, as we're being attacked by the internet, by the drones that we have outside waiting for us. I mean, Brandon and I are just minutes away from having to confront these drones once again, flying erratically in a giant crown around us.
They hang around any longer, and I'm going to try to devise a way to give them money to go pick me up like Taco Bell so that I have food when we get out of the studio as opposed to having to wait like 45 minutes.
No, I'm going to figure out a way I want to get behind this and get some answers, you know. I'm going to talk to the local politicians. We know some. I'm going to hit them up. What are these things flying in our skies? We have UFOs.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're just a conspiracy theorist.
And then it's like, do we really believe that they're just that stupid and they don't know? Or they're, you know, just blinded by it? Or that we have to assume that they do know and that's their way of skirting it?
And this, you know, this Virginia, Maryland, West Virginia, the whole panhandle is known for having a long history in weird government projects. A lot of the earliest MK Ultra programs happened out in parts of West Virginia and Maryland out here. Some of those early meetings where they were dosing each other happened out here. There's a bunch of like doomsday bunkers of the militaries out here. Mount Weather is somewhere around. There's another one like that nearby. So this is kind of like the playground for a lot of weird government operations. I feel like I'm just driving through them at all times, unaware of all of the weird experiments going on around me, such as these drones outside right now, listening to us like you guys out there, except a little creepier.
I don't know how those could spy audio because the propellers on them are so loud, like they're massive. On the ones that I saw anyway, they're pretty big, man. Like they are, if they're like the ones that I saw, we could only probably fit like 2 of them in this room.
What if they're like, they got great cameras and they're reading our lips and an AI is transcribing it, sending it to some data center?
I mean, somebody with money's got to be running these things because I guarantee you normal farmers cannot afford that kind of technology.
Man, I don't get it.
I mean, they can after they've been doing it for a little bit, you know.
I don't get it. But, all right, did we miss any chats here? Anything? I see Bill Cooper in the chat from Matt Valente. Everyone should read Behold the Pale Horse. Or is that, I can't even talk right now. Bill Cooper is one of the greats, and you should look up one of his interviews. I want to make sure I'm saying his book right, because it's a great book. And he talked about a lot of this stuff way before anyone else. Yeah, Behold a Pale Horse. It's a great book. Oddly enough, also inspired many early Busta Rhymes albums. Busta Rhymes and a lot of those 90s rappers deeply inspired by Bill Cooper. And when you go back, if you don't know that, and you go back and look at those records, you'll be like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense now. Method Man, Busta Rhymes, very inspired by early conspiracy theorists, and I love it. Well, this was a crazy night in this room. The clouds, the drones, the probes, the gremlins, the internet, Rumble, YouTube, everything was trying to attack us, but we got through it. Brandon got through it. somehow by the skin of our teeth. We made it, and we're glad you guys stuck around while we were just dumping the water out from the hole in the bottom of our boat.
Slowly leaking, creaky boat, yeah.
But awesome. It was fun. I appreciate the callers, as always, and everyone in the chat. Thank you guys for liking, subscribing, and sharing the channel. You guys have been helping this channel grow so much, so quickly, and we are so grateful for that. Brandon, let them know where they can find you.
As always, you can find me on X at Brando Inverted and on Insta, but I got problems with Insta right now, so I'm not going to flex it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. All of our callers we did not get to, I got you guys written down, so if you guys want to call back, we'll try to get you on with priority next show. Yeah, don't forget to stay weird. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Shane.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. Please do call back tomorrow if we didn't get to you. Brandon's great at writing your names down. We'll get you. And Sergeant Peyton, if you're listening, it's time we talk. We hear you're running for mayor.
Wait a minute. Do we call him Mayor Sergeant Peyton?
Mayor Sergeant Peyton, I think, would be correct.
Holy shit! Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, we'll help you. We'll campaign for the Fourth Reich to be mayor. It only seems right in the year 2025. All right, guys. Have a great night. See you tomorrow.